Hi all, welcome back. Today's Dynamo script, we're going to get automatically call up the direction of all our walls and windows in a schedule. I mainly use this for submitting this to a Basix consultant, or if we do a Basix report in which we get all the the direction and sizes of all of our glazed elements and this is where it'll calculate thermal performance and all that kind of other stuff. Um, that's in Australia, so I'm not too sure about other people in the world. But if somehow you need, or for some reason you need to call up the direction of walls or windows, or I guess any other element, this is a good way to do it. Few things. Make sure that all of your items that you want to call up are orientated to so the exterior is facing to the direction you want to call up. We are going to write a little bit of code block, but it's very, very basic. Even uh, someone like me can do it who has kind of very, very minimal kind of coding skill. So, um, and I think we also do need the clockwork package, so make sure you have that installed. And this little diagram here is going to help us for when we do write our code block. Um, uh, I'll explain this, I guess, a little bit later. So let's crack into it. There's going to be three parts to this. So we're going to get all of our exterior walls. We're going to collect the direction and set the value back to. Oh, sorry. And what else? Another thing we need to do is to create a schedule to put all the northeast values back into the model. I've just created a text parameter uh, um, just in the multi-category schedule. You can narrow it down if you want, but yeah, that's really all you need to do before setting this up. So we're going to get all the exterior walls in the first step. Second step, it's going to calculate the direction and set the value back to Revit. Third step, we're going to get all the windows and set the value to that. Now, the way the windows will work is it's going to get the value for whatever whatever it's been hosted into. In this case, walls. So it's going to get the value of the walls and yeah, write it into the schedule that way. So let's uh, um, let's start. So of course we'll need categories. And in this first category, we're going to set this to walls. My keyboard will work. There we go. Walls. Now we need all. Keyboard's a bit funny today. All elements of category. Plug those two in. So we've got all of our walls. Now, what we're going to do is, if you have a large, well, I guess any project, but um, uh, especially I guess with larger projects, we want to filter out all the interior walls because that is not really needed. So we need to filter out. So we need to list filter by bull mask. So we need the element type name. Plug that into our elements over here. Now we need wall type by name. There are all wall types. Then we need wall type function. So here we'll list all the exterior and then our interiors. So we need to filter this out. So let's go string contains. Let's plug the string into that. We want want to search for, we'll do it as a code block. Yeah, I mean, you can do it as a string if you want, but like a string node, but I don't really change this value, so let's change that. And again, oh, nope, we need boolean. Let's just ignore the case. So there we have our true, true, false, false. Plug that bool into our mask. And there we go. Uh, our filtered walls, our exteriors, and our interiors. So let's group this lot. Groups, group. Let's call this get all exterior walls. So now we need to get the direction, and we're going to set the value back into Revit. So I think we need wall orientation. Sorry, wall exterior direction. I may have been mistaken earlier when I said you need clockwork. You need the, sorry, you need the Archilab package. My mistake. Sorry. I got mixed up with the orientation one. So we need the wall dot exterior direction. Plug that into our in, and you can see it's pulled up all these vectors. So to, I guess, translate this into degrees. So this is where we kind of bring in this little diagram that I built up. We need vector vector what's the word, altitude and azimuth. Maybe it's not coming up there. There we go. I think we do need the clockwork package after all. I'll apologize again. We do. So let's plug into that. So I'm doing this on my laptop at home, so it's not really set up the way I have it at work, and I don't use it as much, so I forget always what's on here. All right. So you can see now all of our all of our walls that we've expressed in a vector here has been translated to degree, like a degree on a on your circle here. So now we need to, I guess, translate these values and give it the direction of that on a circle. So if it's 90 degrees, it's east, it's 180, or wherever it lies between. So let's get a code block up. So if we need, we need X. So if X is greater than, sorry, X is smaller than 67.5, and X is larger than, only one, 22.6, northeast. All right. So, we haven't finished this yet. So basically, what we're saying is, for northeast, for us to get display a value of northeast, uh, one of these, or any of these values, has to lie between 22.6 and 67.5. So any value within that range would be called up with northeast. So, so we're going to continue that for the rest of our um, code block here. So let me call this up. So we're going to go east. So we're going to find the value of east. So it's between 67.6 and 112.5. So we'll just change these values. I've just copied and pasted the line above just to speed this up a little bit more. Change this to 67.6. .5. So we're going to do southeast. Oh, now we're going to do south, 202.5. I'll just scroll out there so you can see a little easier. 57.6. And that's, oh, almost forgot to change this value. That's south, caps. Didn't, oh, make sure you also have the proper syntax, otherwise you're gonna know about it later. Paste. So we're south, so we're going next one across is southwest. So 240. Oh, God, I'm terrible at typing today. 247.5. 202.6. That's southwest. 292.5. 247.6 for west. X. And last, last one we're going to do is northwest, because what we've done here is like a huge um, kind of else statement. What I guess essentially. So the next line we're just going to say north. Okay. So basically, this question mark here is kind of like an else statement. So we're going to say, um, if the value is between here, it's going to be northeast. If the value is going to be in here, it's going to be northeast. Now we're going to continue all the way down. Now, obviously when we get to north, we've kind of covered the range from. So if we come back up to here to uh, our compass, we've got a range from 2.22.6, which is this one. And if we track that all the way around to 337.5, sorry, um, we are essentially saying that whatever value falls within this range here, uh, you know, call it up as these values. Else, if it's anything else, which is practically anything between, this range here, we're going to call it up as north. So let's plug that into. We don't want to plug it into the altitude. We want to plug it into the azimuth. And let's call up a watch. And you see, it's already given our values here. Now we need to write this value back into our schedule. So we need element set parameter by name. Let's bring that up here. Now our element is our walls that are filtered by the bool mask. Our value is our code block. Again, you can do a string or a code block. I'll just do a string this time. So I named my parameter here orientation. So just make sure it's all the same. Plug that in there. So now we've got all of our walls, um, uh, you know, values in here. So let me just, oh, nope, I do not want to save. So let me just bring this up. So let's select this wall. There we go. It's facing west. Our curtain wall down here, it's facing east, facing south, and this one on the angle is facing northeast. So now that we've called that up, we want to get at all of our windows as well. So let's come back to our Dynamo script. Let's create a group for this. And let's call this get direction and set. So now we need to get our windows. So let's start down here. So let's get categories. And we're going to set this to Windows. Let me just turn off the automatic here. We want all elements, category, so all of our windows. Again, if there's, I guess if there's interior windows or interior glazing that you don't want to include, or um, maybe neighboring properties or something like that, you'll just need to add another filter to this, which I don't. I mean, we can set up, but it's pretty much just repeating this filterable mask down here. But normally I do, I only include what's what I've, it's been modeled up, and yeah. So where were we? Windows. So this one's fairly quick, like a quick script. Let's copy, set the parameter. So let's move you. Let's plug all of our windows into element. Now, for here, we want to get host, plug our all elements of category for the windows into get host. Now we want to get element, get parameter, parameter value by name. There we go. So we want to plug our window into the element here. And we want to plug our parameter name, because we already have it up here, up into the orientation that we have up here. We want to set our plug our value, get parameter value by name into the value here, and then our parameter name, again, we bring it back to the orientation. So if I hit run again, it's called up all of our windows in the walls that it's been hosted into. So that's pretty much the whole script. We'll maybe group this. Say get windows and set. So that's pretty much the entire script. Now, when you do run it, just because of the way we've set it up, run it once. Oh, it's actually given me the whole value. the way I've set it up at work, you do need to run it twice to get the windows the second time around. But by the looks of it, it's got all the values the first time around, so that's good for me. I'm not complaining. Yeah, so that's basically it. I will put this script in the description so you guys can easily download. It's like I said, it's pretty simple and easy to do. The code block may seem intimidating. I'll just give you a good close up there. It may seem intimidating, but it's fairly simple. Um, so yeah, that's basically everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks all.